going to pick up right where we left off yesterday. As a matter of fact, I'm filming this right after I filmed the last one. I'm using the same notes. I haven't even cleared out what I've done so far because we're going to go back and solve the ones that we've set up. So hopefully you did yesterday's assignment first. Otherwise, this isn't going to make a whole lot of sense. So again, switching between a percent and a decimal percent, you need to be able to do that pretty seamlessly. You shouldn't have to stop and think about it and look it up every single time. On these problems that say what percent, you're going to have to take your answer and change it from a decimal back to a percent. Okay, and on the ones where you're given a percent, you have to take that percent and change it to a decimal. So you'll notice when I do the ones that say where the actual question you're answering is what percent, I'm taking the decimal answer and moving that decimal point 2 places to the right to change it to a percent. Okay, these are the same problems we did yesterday. So of is multiply is equals what is your variable. So I'm going to take this and solve this equation. So to solve this equation, since I've got 1.88 times x, I'm going to divide out that 1.88 from both sides, 1.88. So my number, the question is, what is, I'm going to take that 154 and divide it by 1.88. So that is 81 point, let's just round these to the nearest tenth if we get a decimal. Okay, now it goes on past that. You can check out my calculator there. I got a whole bunch of decimals, but the idea is, it's a decimal, and you're going to get decimals. That's okay. They're numbers. They work. Okay, again, this one is set up from yesterday. 168% of 67 is what number? These are what we want to have happen, okay? These are the simplest ones to do. You don't have to actually solve anything. Since the variable is already by itself, which is kind of the whole point of solving an equation, you just need to do the math on this one. 1.68 times 67. My answer is 112.566 if you want to round it. That's what was missing. Okay, 112.6 or 0.56 if you don't round it. I don't care. If you're going to round correctly. Don't just cut your numbers off and throw them away. Okay, I believe these last two are the ones, since it says what percent, your answer that you're going to get is a decimal. Once you get that decimal, move that point 2 places to the right, and that's your answer. So on this one, I'm going to divide out my 79. So 57 divided by 79. Is 0.72, whole bunch of decimal points, right? 0.7215, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to take that decimal point and I'm going to slide it 2 places to the right. That is 72%. If you want to give me a couple of decimal places in there too, that's fine, but 72%. Okay, same thing here. What percent? So when I divide both sides by 134, 126 divided by 134 is 0.9402, yada, yada, yada. So I'm going to make that 2 places to the right, 94%. Okay, easy peasy, guys. Easier than me stopping the camera from recording.